get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. I said, man, is you crazy? No, I ain't say that, but I just looked at him though. My word, y'all, I just looked at him like, the audacity on this dude. I'm like, nah, bro. I was like, nah, bro, I give you 4. I ain't got no extra 2. He was like, no, he was spending 100. I was like, nah, bro, you can keep your $100 though. And I just looked at him like, he was like, and I'm looking like, yeah, it's war. Yeah, it's war. You started this. This is what y'all started. So y'all, yeah, now it's this shooting the other foot game. This is what y'all about to witness, man. Y'all had a turn, now it's our turn. And this be the main reason I tell y'all that I used to like to get the package in penitentiary. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, like, to be able to have that joy of now is on us, like, it's a different type of feeling. Dudes that's been locked up know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about because it's been dudes, like the dudes I'm describing in this story, man, y'all been around guys like this, dudes who got the package that be petty. And then when they need you, when you got the package, it's a different ball game. So he looking at me like, oh, all right, I'm good then. And he slid. Word, he slid. I was like, man, I don't care about that, man. When you know what I mean? Like, you wildin', man. You wildin'. It's Zaza war right now, bro. You wildin', man. So I went in the cell. Know what I mean? I went in that junk. I hit bald head off. I'm like, yo, look, bro, this is what we got, bro. He was like, hey. I was like, yes, bro, we on. We on, bro. So we got it together. Know what I mean? We got the junk together. We in that junk chilling, man. So after we banged up after count, that's when we came back out and it was litty. So we come back out after count, everybody moving around. They call 7 o'clock rec. So we had night rec around this time. Us going outside, that's definitely gonna have everybody knowing we got it. But I got a couple of dudes on the other side I wanna holler at. So I shoot outside. I see my guys from 31. You know what I mean? So we over by the fence talking to some dudes we know from Norfolk that's in 40 building. So we talking to them, But you can see the Richmond mob kind of like, you know what I mean? They trying to, the 40 building Richmond mob basically like, who got it? Who? Weezy? Oh man, I know Weezy. A couple dudes know me. Yeah. Bro and them got it from 31. Oh yeah, I know them too. So it's people that know you still gonna get in. It won't like the Richmond mob didn't get in. It's just we wasn't giving them what they wanted, just like they didn't do us like that because it was Zaza war, not Lala war. We got the Zaza. It was Zaza war. So they like, yo, the word is spreading like, yo, Weezy and them got some fire. They got some fire, man. That's my word. Everybody, man, Weezy, yeah, they got it. So we on the yard kicking it with our homeboys. You know what I mean? I look back. I see bro that's in my homeboy pod, the one I came up here with, D. He pull up. He like, hey, Weezy. I'm like, yo, shoot me right fast, fellas. Pardon me. I pull up. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, walk me right quick. I'm like, what's good, bro? I'm trying to do. He was like, hey, look, we stopped. He was like, look. Hey, look, shawty, I'm trying to spend $100, shawty. Give me 5 spoons, shawty. And I looked. I was like, that looked like that same piece of paper that the dude in my pod had. I'm like, I did one of these jumps. I was like, because I already seen what dude was standing there. He was standing over there with the Richmond mob over there. I was like, yeah, go ahead with that, man. Go ahead with that D, man. But I look, I see dude trying to play it off. I see he was watching, but he got his back to the fence. He like, so I'm like, I was like, bro, listen, I'm gonna do that for you though, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna do that for you, bro. I said, why you ain't take that to my man? He was like, cause your man ain't giving no fast, shorty. He clapped, you know he clapped me, man. He couldn't wait to get me back with his. He couldn't wait to get me back. I said, yeah, this Zaza war got there. He was like, nah, but look, you know what I mean? I ain't like that, dude, man. Da, 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 da. I'm like, bro, all right, bro. I'm like, look, though, we just want dudes to treat us like, you know what I mean? We treat them. I said, I don't got no problem serving nobody. I ain't got no problem doing this and doing that. I ain't worrying about nobody bucking on me. If I give you something, I'm coming for my money if you owe me. I said, I'm not worrying about none of that stuff. I said, I just want people to treat us like we treat them. I said, you see how I move when I got it. You know what I mean? I said, you know, when we was on Sussex 2, I said, you caught me in the block where I was trying to stay out the way. You know what I mean? That last story, he was in that block. That last story where I was talking about, you know what I mean, where old boy was lying about his case, that's the block he was in with me. We was in 2C. Again, both of us was trying to get up off the camp to get to Lawrenceville, and we leave the same day. So I said, bro, listen, I know when you knew me then, I was staying out of the way, bro. Like, you know, D was a psycho. D wasn't even staying out of the way, even though he went up for his annual review the same time I did. He was up for transfer as well. He had a cousin that was on the joint, man, and like his cousin worked in the kitchen, and they was going to get the D block. Like, they had real big kahunas, man, to still pump D block with that maniac investigator. And I used to tell him that, like, yo, y'all tripping. So D was a psycho. I already knew it. You know what I mean? So he like, yo, look. He was like, yo, look, shorty, like, man, it's all good. But look, though, we all gonna get money. It's enough money for everybody. You know, everything good, man. Holler at your man. Tell him it ain't nothing like that, man. You know, like, my other man in the pod, what you say, you dragged him, ain't want to look out for him. He had $100. I said, bro, that man did some lame. I said, man, he did the lamest stuff. He did the lamest stuff, bro. I don't even want to talk about it. I said, your man did some lame stuff, bro. He got to have straight money messing with me, man. He was like, man, I mean, it is what it is, though, man. But look, man, I appreciate you. Just catch me when we come back from, we go to dinner. I said, man, I got you, man. I dap bro up and slid, y'all. So, boom. I get back over there where everybody was at. I'm like, yo, man. Like, man, say word. D pull up on me and say, you trying to spend this $1 right here. My homeboy looked at it and was like, he told me he wanted 6 junks. He asked me, can he get 6 spoons? My homeboy was like, man, clap this. We out there burning the Zaza. We out that junk. Lighting it up. You know what I mean? So we out there in our own little cypher, everybody looking like, oh, the Norfolk boys got the Zaza. Yeah, we got the Zaza. Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. That's, yeah, y'all heard it right. You smelled it right. We do have the Zaza. So we over there in our own little world. So we chill, you know what I mean? So for the most part, man, like, things went smooth right there. Things went smooth, man. We had to kind of like set our flag. We had to kind of let people know that we just ain't no pushovers, man. Like, we want to be irrelevant, man. That used to be the main reason that I used to like getting the package, man. I want to be relevant. I don't want to be a dude that's in here that people just dragging and I just got to keep spinning bread and this and that. And no. Sometimes you're going to have to follow my rules, man. That's how penitentiary go. You know why? Because I'm going to have what you like. Man. Everybody likes the Zaza, y'all. So boom. So we go back in the building. I get the junk ready for dude. I went and checked the numbers. Everything was straight. The $100 went through smooth. I get his pack together and I meet him when we go to dinner. So we go to dinner. I see him. You know what I mean? I dap him up, put it in his hand. He was like, yo, good look, short. I was like, no, everything good. He was like, yeah. He was like, but look, though, man, how much you got left? I was like, bro, listen, this shit like hotcakes. To be honest with him, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't even going to make it. Like, for real, like, I had to let a lot of that go because I had to look out for Big Tiff real good on that first run. Make sure everything was straight. So I ain't really had a lot left. I made a decent amount of money, but I didn't have a lot left except for what I was messing with. You know what I mean? So like everything, the week was going by fast. Man. Like stuff was going by fast. But like I say, man, we showed dudes how we move. So I hollered at my man. He still had a little bit of Zaza. Now, the way I had it set up, I wasn't going to the VI every week. Like I couldn't be a crash out like that. Only people that was doing that was crash outs. I wasn't a crash out going over there to get that package. I was somebody that was smart, trying to keep us relevant, trying to get some money and get away with it all in one motion. So I wasn't doing no every week. Like they couldn't even figure me out because 1 week it might be my brother. 1 week it might be my mom Deuce. 1 week, the next week it could be Big Tiff. Or I'm never not even gonna get a visit, man. So I was basically like once a month. I told everybody, I was like, we just need once a month. I was like, look, we just need once a month, man. You know what I mean? Dudes like, man, I was like, once a month gonna keep us off the radar. You know what I mean? So that's how I had it set up. So we basically got to wait a whole month game, you know what I mean? But we got to make it last. We already knew this first package that we had was going to go fast. And for real, we already letting the dudes know what we do. I still had probably like 10 feezies to smoke dolo, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to keep it straight, trying to keep it on the low. Everybody know the count, so the weekend roll around. So when the weekend roll around, it's like we kind of over with. Like we ain't really got a lot. I got a couple feezies left, but that's not the same as having a decent amount of feezies. So next thing you know, my word, man, like I look up, man, like they was like, yo, the Richmond dudes got the Zaza. I was like, they got Zaza? They were like, yeah, they got Zaza this time. I'm like, oh, that's what's up. See, we set trends. Like, that's what we supposed to do. We set trends around this joint, man. Now, they have the Zaza, y'all. So I ain't say nothing. I just chill. I ain't say nothing. So we go to Chow. I see my man. But before I see my man, D see me. He like, hey, what you say? I'm like, yo, you like, y'all left your shirt. I was like, what's up? He was like, yo, look, let me know how that is right there. I said, what's this? He said, the same 2 fees you gave me. I was like, where my spoon at, bro? He was like, thought you forgot. He all lit. He was like, I thought you forgot. There you go. I was like, what is y'all hitting on the door? He was like, it's good, sharp. It's good. I was like, it's some Za. He was like, yeah. So I opened it up. I look. My word, that joint look like some powder game. You hear me? Man, that joint look like powder. Like what had happened was, I think their peoples went they went crazy bananas on the grind it up mode. Like, you know, some people will grind it up so it can be easier to compress. And like you can do that, but a lot of times when you do that, like you let the crystals out of those buds. And like sometimes if your stuff is not that strong, the THC level can go down fast because it's all broken down. You see what I'm saying? Like it depends. It depends what kind of loud it is that can happen. I've seen it happen before. So like seeing that joke for the first time of some za that was in powdery form was bananas. I looked at it, I'm like, so I hollered at my man finally, where I dipped from him, I see my man that's in their pot. I'm like, yo, what's this, bro? Got? He was like, it's some powdery Zaza. He was like, but I smoked, his eyes super lit. He was like, yeah, but I hit the J. It was all right, though. It was all right, though. He was like, but they got that joint look like powder, bro. He was like, ain't not one bud. He said, if you find a bud in that joint, it's like finding Where's Waldo. He said, you ain't gonna find out one bud if you buy something from him. I said, bro, these people got some Zaza outer pay. They got Zaza that look like powder game. Like, what is this? He was like, bro, it's all right, bro. Trust me, bro. It's all right. So we going to jump. He like, yeah, man. He was like, man, shh. He said, yeah, now, you know, his other man that owe. He was like, man, you know, his other man that owe me. I said, yeah, D that owe me. I said, that's how I got this. D that owe me. He was like, yeah. He was like, but look, it's going to come in handy, though. Like, you know what I mean? You know, we ain't striking for another few weeks. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah. I was like, but at the same time, I think we kind of like show dudes how we get down. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't really got to, you know, poke our chests out like that again when we get it. Like, business is business, man. We just gonna do business with whoever. He was like, long as dudes got money. I was like, yeah, long as they got the money, we straight. You know what I mean? So I dipped and went back to the building, y'all. So boom, I get back to the pod. I rolled up that outer pay. That's what it looked like. Zaza was super powdery. I'm like, roll that jump. They counted, lit that jump, man. I was like, it is all right, though. It had the loud pat taste, you know what I mean? It had a good little candy taste to it. So it was all right. I ain't even gonna lie, the jump was all right. So as the days went on, you know what I mean? Like I started finding out, like, yo, bro, and them snap. Bro, and them went bananas, man. Niggas was like, yo, man, like for real. It wasn't my business to ask D and them, like, where they got the jump, how they get the jump. I know it came from the V, but I was thinking bro was going over there. But the whole time I ended up finding out a couple days later that he had a dude in my pod going to get it. He had a dude in their pod going to get it, and he had a dude in the other pod going to get it. So he had 3 dudes going to VI. This was around the time where they switched the visiting list over. Anybody could see you. Right around the same time, Tiff was able to come see me, and they switched up the visiting room list. So like for real, that jump was like, if you got somebody that bring it, you can call anybody out. That's how bootleg Lawrenceville was. So bro and them from I got to give them their credit. Like they got the most trained to go as girls. The most trained to go women is from Richmond, man. Like when it comes to Virginia prison system, I have to give it to them. It's Richmond number 1, and coming in at number 2, you have Newport News, man. Newport News and Richmond women, when it comes to bringing that package in penitentiary, man, them bras be trained to go, y'all. So boom, it's coming in there. That's a lot. And I watch bro quarterback without touching nothing, send dudes to the VI. That's how they got all that stuff. So he got a lot of stuff. He got a lot of loud pack, my word. He got a whole bunch of that stuff, y'all, my word. So he in the jump once I find out he got a couple people doing this and a couple people doing that. You know what I mean? He doing his thing. You know what I mean? He doing his thing. So my homeboy was like, yo, look, man, for real, since we only got like 2 weeks until we strike again, he was like, bro, let's go have him buy a quarter. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what they selling a quarter for? He was like, man, for real though, bro, like, man, they selling a quarter, bro. Man, he said he give him $300, bro. He give me a quarter. I was like, for real, for the 300. I calculated. I was like, that's a good deal. You know what I mean? But he got a ton of this stuff. So I thought it should be cheaper, but I'm like, 300 ain't bad. 300 ain't bad. You know what I mean? So I was like, for real, bro, I don't want a lot of that stuff, bro. I'm ready to just tough it out. I was like, man, like for real though, bro, like just go get us something to hold us until next week. I said, bro, hold it down and I'll just pay you back. Like I don't want like a half a quarter. I don't want a big pile of that stuff, bro. I don't. You know what I mean? I was like, but we need some. So I said, go holler at D. He said, nah, bro. He said, look, you should holler at him, bro, because look, he owe you that favor. He was like, I ain't got time to go through that with them no more. He said, they already know the count that we unlocked. He said, you should holler at him, Weezy, because he owed you that favor for when he came from the nigga from your pod and brought the numbers. He was like, bro, I'm going to give you the money. You go holler at him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go holler at bro. You know what I mean? That's cool. So I said, I got you, bro. So boom, I dipped back. I seen bro at dinner time. You know what I mean? I waited for him. I seen him. Yo! He like, what's up? I'm like, oh, bro, listen. I was like, look, bro, I'm trying to get some of that Zaza, bro. I was like, look, I'm trying to get the quarter shot, though, bro. I got 300. He was like, I give you 6 grams. I can't give you 7, Weezy. I give you 6. I was like, you give me 6? He was like, yeah. I was like, damn, bro, yeah, god damn, you would've came like that. He was like, yeah, I mean, he was like, but it's business, bro. I'm like, yeah, it's business though, man. Like, but you know, he was like, look, I got a homeboy, man. He was like, man, I got a homeboy, man. Goddamn, you know what I mean? He gonna come holler at you. I'm gonna get him to give it to you, bro. You just give him the money. Everything straight. You want the 6? So I'm like, I ain't want to be like, no, because he gonna know that my man sent me. And I be like, I gotta go holler at my man. I was like, all right, that's a bet. Just send him to the room. Send him to my room. He was like, I got you. So the nigga that he sent to the room was the same nigga from Richmond that I didn't even like. So I'm in the cell waiting on this shit to come. I tell my man, like, yo, bro said only 6. I think my homeboy thought I was welling too, like I was gonna pocket a gram. I don't know what he was thinking. I was like, yo, bro, he said 6, bro. He was like, what? He was like, you sure? He was like, why you agree to it? I said, bro, I just didn't want to like tell him that, you know what I mean? Like it was you. I said, I can still go back and tell him I don't want it. He was like, no, but I saw the look. Like, you know, sometimes people be thinking you beating them, but I really wasn't. You know what I mean? The man just said 6 grams. So he sent a dude from the in my cell, sitting in the cell, bald head standing in front of the door. You know what I mean? He come to the door, boy, he was like, yo, dude out here. I was like, look, this dude from Richmond, he coming to join. Like, you got the money, short. I was like, yeah. He was like, give it to me. I was like, where the shit at, nigga? What the fuck you mean? Give it to you. You got the shit? He was like, yeah. Give it to me. I was like, yeah. Again, the shit. He was like, start opening that shit up. I'm like, I was like, yo, bro, this ain't no 6 grams, bro. He was like, man, that's 6 grams. I said, bro, look at this, bro. Man, that joint that looked like probably was like 10 spoons. My word, and 10 spoons is not no 6 grams. I was like, yo, nah, bro. I was like, nah. He was like, no. I said, bro, give me them numbers back, bro. He was like, no, you bought that. I was like, what? You bought that? When I say that, I look. He had his homeboy come up there. His homeboy came like, was by, bald head was damn near in our cell, but his homeboy was holding the cell down. So I was like, man, hell no, bro. You wildin', bro. I was like, man, give my shit back. So I go reach for the shit. When I go reach for the shit, he ball his hand up. I catch him with the left. Boom. When I catch him with the left, he Goldberg me. I ain't even gonna lie. Boom, he tackled me. But he tackled me into the bed. Like I hit the top bone. Boom, I hit the back of my head, neck, everything. Boom. So it was like he tried to get me, like, you know, because there's a bunk bed in the middle. He tried to put me down on the bed. I guess he can pound on me, pause. But like when he Goldberg me, I hit the bed. Boom. When I come off the bed, and we just start rumbling. Boom, 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 boom. So we wrecked it in the jump. So ballhead and this homeboy come in, and they trying to break it up. Me and bro, that bitch rumbling. Boom, 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 boom. They grab bro grab me. I was like, nigga, get my shit, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. So his man like, what? I was like, man, tell that nigga get my fucking numbers. I don't want this fucking weed. I don't want this shit. Fuck wrong with him, bro. I don't want this shit. Nigga was like, man, you ain't gotta get that shit. Man, fuck that shit. He bought it. He told me this short. I ain't do nothing. I said, man, listen. Hell nah, bro. I'm gonna tell D myself. Give me my motherfucking numbers back, man. Give me my motherfucking numbers back. He was like, I ain't giving you shit. So his homeboy put him out the cell. So bro, it was like, man, let's chill, bro. I was like, man, nah, look. I was like, bro, I'm about to fuck this nigga up, bro. That nigga gonna give me that shit. He said, man, he gonna give it to the nigga D. He said, man, let's tell the nigga D you don't want this shit. So I'm like, man, shit crazy. Like, that shit was crazy. So I'm like, yo, me and that nigga got a fucking rumble, man. Fuck around with that nigga. Boy, it was like, yeah, you stole on his ass. I was like, man, nah. Fuck that. That nigga was bucking on them numbers, man. Like, me and that nigga we rumbled on that bitch. He come down the steps, all his homeboys looking like, what's up? Niggas like, man, you was rumble wheezing, man. So everybody looking like, what the fuck going on? Like, it wasn't no geographical shit. It just looked like that in there. Richmond, Norfolk niggas type of shit. Like, it never really was geographical shit. So niggas like, man, you wheezing was rumbling? What the fuck? So niggas can't understand it. So I run down the steps. I said, man, call D. So I get nigga to get D. Nigga D comes to the door. I was like, man, come out. Come right to the door, bro. He come out. I go to the side door. I say, yo, tell your man, give my fucking numbers back, bro. This nigga give me old short ass 6 grams. I don't want that shit, bro. I said, you can keep that shit. He was like, what's wrong with it, shorty? I said, bro, I don't want it, bro. I said, what, you don't understand it, bro? I don't want that shit, bro. What the fuck wrong with y'all niggas, man? You know what I mean? He was like, man, look, all right, I'm gonna give your shit back, bro. But like, we ain't doing no more business, Weezy. Look, tell your homeboys over there, we ain't doing no business. Yeah, like, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm like, all right, that's what's up then. You know what I mean? Nigga got down. Nigga slid me my shit back. I get my shit back. You see, dude, he was like, look, hey, that's my cousin Charlotte, man. Y'all let that shit go, man. I need him over there, Weezy. What we gonna fight over this shit, bro? You got your shit back, bro. Yeah. God damn, man. Y'all niggas already fought, man. I was like, man, so I dipped from the door. I see his cousin go to the door. His cousin just was at the door like, I guess he was telling him like, man, sit your dumb ass down. His cousin was like, dude from Richmond was like, You know what I mean? So I'm on the top tier, mad as fuck. Niggas like, yo, I'm like, yo, nah, bro, I ain't gonna talk to niggas. I had to cool off. You know what I mean? Like, cause you gotta remember where you at. Like the old me would have went all the way crazy. But like, I'm on Sweet Lawrenceville. I got the package. I'm starting to get the package now. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot at stake. Now I'm gonna crash, but I gotta crash for the right reason, y'all. So boom, it's never that easy. Never gonna crash that easy, man. So I get my thoughts together. I just need to cool down. I spark some Zaza. You know what I mean? I sat in the room, got my mind right. Niggas come check on me. Yo, you straight, you straight. My man 229 from across the hall. You know what I mean? He come over there. He like, what happened? I gave him his numbers back. I was like, yo, they still good too. Get your people to snatch them shits. He was like, what happened? I was like, bro, this nigga bring me old short ass 6 grams to the jump, bro. I trying to get the numbers back. This nigga trying to buck on the numbers, bro. I stole his ass. We got the rumbling in the sale. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, yeah, D came over there and told me like, ain't no beef, like everything straight. He was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm straight. He was like, you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm straight, bro. You know what I mean? I was like, but that nigga said we ain't doing no more business. I said, well, so be it, nigga. Like, we ain't gotta do no more business. We ain't gotta do business, man. Real rap, we don't have to do business. And that's how I really was feeling. That's how I really was feeling. I'm like, these niggas wanna go to war, man. I felt like Tony Montana, you wanna go to war? Let's go to war then, y'all. So boom. It's wartime. I'm on my 3rd week. I'm just waiting on week 4. So them niggas had a hell of a run. They been going over every week. My word, 2nd week go on, the black dude that was in my par get toe off. Nigga get toe off, man. That nigga was in that bitch, man. They said that nigga was in that bitch with a lady that was goddamn 59, 60 years old. This nigga ain't number 21 years old. He in there hugging and kissing on the damn lady. The lady got the pack from Richmond. They tear him off. Niggas was getting tore off left and right over there on some dumb shit. Not like getting caught by the police like Red. No, they was getting caught like from the table. Like, yo, what you got? They were pulling up on your ass. That's word. Like, I never went through that shit. You know what I mean? But since all these Richmond niggas getting tore off, I feel like, damn, I'm gonna be right up under their damn nose when I go through. You know what I mean? Because I ain't been over there in a minute. They don't even know what I'm doing. So we just waiting it out patient. Them niggas ain't fucking with us. We back smoking regular. We back smoking, man. We back lighting the regular la-la up, y'all. Y'all think I'm joking, man. We had to go back lighting the regular la-la. My man in the 60 building, he's sending us regular la-la. Man, we smoking regular la-la, man. These mans got damn near a pound of powdery marijuana floating around the damn pod. These niggas still got the shit. These niggas still got some loud pack, man. So like, we on our 3rd week, man. We won't dealing with them niggas. We won't dealing with them niggas, man. It was like a solid beef. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, but it was basically on some business shit. You know what I mean? So like, I'm looking at the whole shit, man. Like I told bro and them, man, like I was over my homeboy make the wine. So when I went to his cell, you know what I mean? We was over there kicking it. I'm like, yo, bro, for real, bro. I was like, man, bro started this war, man. I was like, when we get our shit, man, I was like, goddamn, we gonna goddamn drag the whole Richmond, bro. Like, no offense, I ain't had no beef against the whole Richmond, man. But them niggas trying to drag us, y'all. So boom, fuck that, man. They trying to drag us, man. It's La-La war, man. Zaza war, man. Whatever you want to call it, it's damn war. That's what it is, man. So I'm like, yo, bro, the whole I gotta get drugged, bro. We ain't doing no business. If you from the R, bro, niggas just gonna be mad. You know what I mean? I was like, if a nigga get it, they gonna get it from a 3rd party. They ain't getting it from us. You know what I mean? So my man get on the phone. My man talk to his man that got the loud pack. Man, that man sent us a picture of that shit he about to send us. I looked at the picture, y'all. Man, that shit was some White Widow game. You hear me? Man, that shit was White Widow. On everything I love. We was the first people up there, man. Up on Lawrenceville to get the White Widow, man. I'm talking about White Widow. Now, y'all know I'm late. I don't know about none of this shit. But all I know is when I'm looking at the picture on this shit, that shit is so beautiful because it's white. Man, Big Tiff get the joint, man. I'm just talking to her. She tell me everything's a gold. That shit white. I couldn't wait to get that shit 4th week roll around. These niggas really ain't got no more like that left. Word. I come back again. Them niggas all out there. Nobody out in the park. Nobody at rent. I come out from VI. These niggas all out there watching the game. Word. I come up that joint. The door open. 31 joint open. I'm not even in a part. I come in with the visiting room clothes on. I'm like, I hit the stuff. I'm like, I see dudes looking at everybody like, they already knew what happened last time I came in their part 229 with the visiting room clothes on. I got that Zaza, y'all, so boom. They knew the count. I get the bro sale. Y'all already know we throw the cut up. We like this. He was like, nah, don't burn no suit this time. Forget that. Just the breakdown of the Zaza will have the whole pod litty in penitentiary. In penitentiary it will. I'm letting you know now. We just breaking it down. We haven't even messed with it yet. The breakdown of the Zaza had the whole pod litty, y'all. Y'all hear me? The whole pod was litty. The whole pod was litty on everything. The whole fucking pod was litty. So we got down bag up. We split the joint. We get it right. We hit my man off, hit my old homeboy off. It was time for me to go back out. So I dip out. I'm in the pod. I'm talking to old head and that bitch. Word. Nigga was like, yo, man, Popcorn been calling your ass for the last 30 minutes. I'm like, what? They was like, man, Popcorn. I said, Popcorn. So I'm like, man, Popcorn better sit his old ass down, man. I'll be over there, man. The hell, I'm getting mad now. So I'm talking to another nigga. So I see the nigga D. He like, remember me, shawty? He was funny as a bitch. He was like, remember me, shawty? I'm like, he hit me with the pay for shit. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, you ain't gonna let me taste none of that shit, shawty. I said, bro, you ain't give me shit, bro. You say you won't doing business with us no more, bro. I said, I'll fuck with you, bro. I said, but nah, bro, you can't. Nah, hell nah. Hell no. I see my look over at my homeboy. He way on the other side of the table by my other homeboy cell. I see him talking to this little mixed dude from Richmond. He talking to him, dude trying to cop. My man like this. No, ain't nothing for sale right now. Clapping his ass. Bah! The hell out of here, y'all. Y'all tripping. So they catching the vibe. I get back to my pod. Dude from Richmond, he trying to send a third party. Dude from Richmond. That's what he was going through this time. He was picking different people to run this play. He's saying Popcorn to make the play. Popcorn can't lie to me, though. As soon as I come back in the pod, I snap on Popcorn ass. I walk through the door. Man, Popcorn, man, what the hell you doing calling me? You know, 229, man. What the hell is wrong with you, Corn? He like, nah, look, walk with me. I'm like, man, what's up? He like, I got some money, man. I said, man, Popcorn, man, what the fuck, man? You already know not to be worse like this. I'm going to holler at you. He was like, nah, I got real money. I was like, you got real money? Popcorn never have numbers. I'm like, you got real money? What the fuck you got? He was like, I got $100. I was like, you got $100? Like, what the fuck you get $100 from Popcorn? He like, man, go ahead, Weezy. Man, go ahead with that shit, man. I said, man, where you get $100 from, bro? He was like, man, look. Dude from Richmond, man. Hey, look, man, I'm saying nothing, Weezy. I'm getting something out of it. Look, give me 5. I said, no, I give you 4. I said, you just got to pinch the spoons. He was like, he thought about it. He was like, all right, let me come up to your cell then. He played it off like a real old head. He like, all right, let me come to your cell then. We go on the steps. He like, yeah. He was trying to joke the whole time. He got pinching in his brain. He like, we getting the joint. I was like, here, 4 joints right here. He was like, they big? Oh, yeah. He started dumping those shits out. Yeah, and he talking to me. He like, yeah, because you know, shit. I gotta get mine. I ain't saying shit. That's what the Richmond dude deserve. This what he deserve right here. I'm like, yeah. I said, just tell that nigga them shit small. I was like, look, if you from Richmond, man, I was like, anybody besides you, I ain't got shit. I'm letting you know now. I don't have nothing. I don't have nothing for nobody from the R right now. It's fucking war and they started it. So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? That's just what the fuck it is. So goddamn, they were like, yo, man, goddamn, look, bro, that shit crazy. So I'm like, man, shh. So I'm chill. So the Popcorn was like, yo, shit, I don't give a fuck. Shit, goddamn it, I don't give a fuck. I fuck with you. I don't give a fuck. I was like, all right. So I gave him, he pinched all bro shits. I did. So he went back to bro. I guess bro was happy. He at least got some of this white weed he been hearing about. It's white, y'all. It's the white widow game. So they spread it. Everybody, Weezy, you got some of that white shit? Yeah. Damn right. I got some. What's up? So the little Richmond crew in my pod was able to get in. The Richmond crew over on that side wasn't able to get in. They weren't able to get a goddamn grain of that shit. So my man got me weak. My man tripping. We go to dinner. He like, yo, say word. My man zooted. We used to say that back in the day. That nigga was zooted. You hear me? If you my age, you remember that. That nigga was zooted. That nigga came to the chow hall, zooted. That nigga was lit. That nigga came to the joint. He was like, hey, man, nigga came with $25 holiday pack. Weezy, guess what I tell him? I said, what? He said, I told him, smear it on his back. I said, man, go ahead. He was from the R. He was like, damn right. Fuck that shit. He said, them niggas started this shit. We gonna finish it. Fuck that shit. They had that dumbass weed for a month. It's our time now. I was like, yeah, bro, it is what it is. So I'm carrying it nonchalant. You know what I mean? I'm carrying it nonchalant. But I see my other dude from the R that's in 40 building. And he see me. He pull up on me. He like, hey, look, Shaw, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, Shaw. Look, you already know. I'm like, look, bro. I said, look. It's a nigga in your pod that got some of this shit. I said, I'm gonna tell him to give you something. I said, right now, as far as buying shit, I gotta clap you. I'm letting you know now. I said, but I ain't gonna leave you out back. Cause I fuck with you. I said, tell Brody, you know what I mean? Do something for you. So he was like, you know what I mean? So dude in my pod, he got there acting like his shit went fast. So I guess he was feeling like, fuck it, I'm gonna holler at Weezy. So he pull up on me. Like, what's up? He like, hey, I can't spend 200. I'm like, nah, bro, I ain't got nothing for 200, bro. Straight face his ass, I don't got nothing. He like, man, look, Hey, look, man, that's my fault, bro. You know You know what I mean? Like, we be having misunderstandings and shit, bro. There ain't nothing. I ain't got no problem with you. I know you ain't got no problem with me, even though we fought. I said, bro, listen, I ain't got no problem with you. We just ain't fucking with y'all niggas right now like that on business, bro. But it ain't nothing personal. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, like, niggas had to accept it. Niggas had to accept it, man. I'm gonna tell you who didn't accept it, man. My homeboy across the hall, man. Word, man. We locked down, man. Them people got down, run over in 31 pod. Man, them people run over in 31 pod, man. Them people running that bitch, man. My homeboy done got the rumbling with one of the Richmond niggas, man. They get the thumping in that bitch, man. They say that shit was like a tie. They said my homeboy and dude from Richmond was thumping. It wasn't D, or it wasn't a GD nigga, but they say he was thumping this Richmond nigga, man, behind the same shit. So, like, after that happened, he went to the Bing. It was like my man was like, yo, man, like, look, for real though, Weezy, man, like, look, this shit ain't worth it, man. We done went to war with these niggas. Like, we gonna have it, they gonna have it. Like, that's just how this shit go. We can't stop this shit. You know what I mean? Dude from Richmond pull up on me again. He was like, yo, look, man. He's like, man, you know, goddamn, the dude that was in the pod, I used to get through him. He used to go through my man D over there. You know what I mean? So I already knew the play slightly, but he was like, you know, that shit over with now. He was like, bro, I'm setting up a new play. He was like, look, we in the pod together. Let's just work together. Let's just work together, bro. He was like, look, goddamn, you can get in the car, bro. You can find some Hardy's chicken, because I know you had Hardy's chicken. We can find Hardy's chicken, bro. Goddamn, man, you can get. So I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, this was like a side deal of a play. Right then and there, y'all, after we had that war, I had to let it go right then and there, man. I felt like I had to go ahead and end this war, man. Like, I had to do a peace treaty, man. I had to, man. My man that went to the hole, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot going on. Me and the dude that got the rumbling, we just squashed this shit. Now he trying to work with a nigga. So I'm like, damn, this shit got to end, man. So I ended this shit, y'all. I ended this shit. I told bro and them, man, like, yo, bro, I'm gonna pump the Richmond niggas, man. Like, it ain't about so much we can do right now. We just trying to get back on them niggas for dragging us. That's all we was trying to do. But like, I told y'all this story because this is how penitentiary is, man. I give y'all the real visualization of how penitentiary is. Like I say, dudes that been locked up, they know about these type of wars. Like, they know about these city wars and whatever the case in your state when you in prison. Like, they know about this shit because this shit goes down in there, man. Niggas would try to drag each other, man. That's why I always made sure I would have my own la-la. I always made sure, man. No question. If I can't have my own la-la, I got the money to buy my own damn la-la, man. One or the other. And that's how I carried my whole bid, man. But the beef got squashed, man. Of course, me and D crossed the hall, got cool. My man got out the hole. He ended up going to 40 building, and they moved him right back to 31 after he got out the hole. Him and dude squashed that shit. You know what I mean? Like, the war was over with, man. The war was over with, man. They ended up striking right after our little shit ran out, and the cycle continued. They had it, and we had to go through them. You know what I mean? There wasn't no bullshit this time around, though. I think respect was really kind of like, you know what I mean, agreed upon between both parties, man. So, like, it was no more bullshit after that, man. We all got along, man. We all got along, man. But in the beginning, it was a la-la zaza war, y'all. I promise y'all, man. But that was a crazy situation, though. That's the end of the damn story. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay y'all ass out the way for you can chill out here with your family forever. And y'all already know what it is, man. This was the Thursday banger game. So what I need y'all to do with this one, like, share, subscribe, this one, y'all. Skip. Let's go. But y'all be safe and stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.